Hello friends, today's topic for discussion is Agreement on Agriculture in WTO. WTO came into effect on 1st January 1995 with head office at Geneva, Switzerland by repealing GATT. GATT was established on 1st January 1948. There are three main pillars in terms of Agreement on Agriculture in WTO. These three main pillars are: first one is the market access, second one is aggregate measures of support, and third one is export competition. Now we move towards one by one specifically. First one is the market access. It is nothing but an approach by which trade agreement could be possible in terms of WTO. Market access, the base year for market access is 1986 to 1988. This was the round during Uruguay round. The implementation year for the market access is from 1995 to 2000 for the different developed countries, and from 1995 to 2004 for different developing countries. Market access includes three major parameters. These are tarification of different types of non-tariff measures, that is NTM, non-tariff measures. Tarification is a process in which we are able to abolish or reduce different types of non-tariff measures like levies, different types of import duties, quantity restrictions, voluntary export constraints, to unify it as a similar tariff. That is nothing but the tarification of non-tariff barriers. Different non-tariff measures are levies, import price, quantity restriction, discretionary licensing, and voluntary export restraint, in which levies is nothing but imposing of different types of duties. Import price, it is nothing but the price on different types of commodities going for the import. Quantity restrictions, here the restrictions are specified on different types of quantity for the commodities which is going to export or import purpose for the specific country. And discretionary licensing, it is used in conjunction with the quantity restrictions, but here the special permission required from the local authority for the discretionary licensing. And VAR, that is voluntary export restraint, it is nothing but specific limit on the exporting of commodity by the exporter itself for the specific country. It means here restrictions is given, restrictions is applied on the exporting on a specific country. This concept is somewhat related to the quota, but in terms of quota, the restrictions are imposed on importing and exporting of commodity for one country, and here restriction is only for the exporting of one commodity. Second measure is TRQ, that is tariff rate quota. It is nothing but minimum amount of tariff for the different types of importing commodity with specified limit. It also includes two different types of provisions, that is current access guarantee and minimum access commitment. And third measure is special safeguard provision. The special safeguard provisions is typically includes under section 5 of the agreement. It includes the use of special safeguards which are limited to those countries that practice different types of tarification process for agricultural commodities. It means in special safeguard provision we have to protect different types of agricultural produce with the help of tarification. Now we move towards the second, that is aggregate measures of support. In terms of aggregate measures of support, we could say it is nothing but quantifying the aggregate value of domestic support to the different types of agricultural commodity in terms of value. That is the aggregate measures of support. This aggregate measure of support includes different types of policies like green box policy, development policy, blue box policy, and amber box policy. Aggregate measures of support, that is AMS, is typically includes Article 3, 6, 7 in Agreement on Agriculture. Related to the green box policies, it is nothing but the domestic support policies. So it affects the trade at a minimum level, that is the green box policy. It includes different areas like research, extension, food security, infrastructure, at the same time environment protection program for the development of different types of domestic things. That is the green box policy. At the same time, government need to be funded due to different types of domestic produce. Second one is the development specific provision for developing countries like investment subsidies such as agriculture input subsidies and generally available to low income producers in developing countries. Third one is blue box policies. It refers to direct payment to producers like decoupled income support to dairy farmer. Also, it distorts the trade at a minimum level. At present, there are no limits on spending on blue box policies. Last one is the amber box policies. These are trade distorting policies. Amber box policies are the trade distorting policies. Hence, it includes under the reduction commitment in the WTO. We have to reduce different types of amber box policies. The amber box policies could be imposed by means of excessive production and no limit for the increase in the production. This is done by the amber box policies. Third pillar for Agreement on Agriculture is export competition, in which major emphasis is on exporting subsidies abolition, in which the specifically focus in 1995 for reduction of different types of export subsidies to developed countries by 36% in next 6 years and 24% to developing countries for next 10 years. In the Nairobi round in 2015, the decision was taken that complete abolition of all types of exporting subsidy for the different types of developed countries. By 2018, to different types of developing countries, and by 2030 to different types of least developed country, they have to complete abolishing the different export subsidies. These are the three pillars. Apart from these three pillars, there are again two main heads with concern to Agreement on Agriculture, in which first one is the different types of SPS measures, sanitary and phytosanitary measures. These have to employ for the international business related to the different types of commodities. It specifically includes sanitary and phytosanitary measures. And second one is the TRIPS. The different concerns for the TRIPS, that is the IPR, intellectual property rights, I already discussed in my one of the session. TRIPS, that is the trade related intellectual property rights, is typically includes 7 intellectual property rights. These are patent, copyright, industrial design, trade secret, likewise, in which the major emphasis is on the validity things, in which we could say the validity for patent is 20 years, validity for copyrights, in terms of copyright for cinematographic work is 50 years, and for photographic work it's 25 years after it is made to the public. For trademarks, the duration is up to 7 years and 10 years for the industrial designs. Hence, we could summarize the Agreement on Agriculture with the help of these 5 heads, in which there are 3 pillars. First one is the market access. In market access, 3 different measures are there. That is the tarification. You have to reduce different types of non-tariff measures like levies, like this way. TRQ, that is the tariff rate quota, and special safeguard provision. In terms of aggregate measures of support, 4 different types of policies. Green box is the domestic support one. Development measures includes different types of agricultural input subsidies. The blue box policies includes payment to the direct for the producer, and amber box policies are the trade distorting policies. So they are included in the reduction commitment in WTO. Apart from these, export competition, in which exporting subsidies, and Nairobi round 2015. SPS is the sanitary and phytosanitary measures, and TRIPS, it includes different types of intellectual property rights. Hope you like the video. If you require any specific information regarding the topic, you could comment me. Thank you.